Alrighty, welcome to Dixie Chem Ed. Today we're going to be talking about dimensional analysis. To put it simply, how are we getting from one unit to another? Let's get started. So, say we have 300 inches of rope or whatever, right? We need to take that 300 inches and be able to put it into meters. Okay, everybody does this a little different. I draw parentheses, right? So I know that right here I'm going to have to put a conversion factor that takes me from inches to another unit. Well, I know that there's centimeters and meters, and that's how my brain's working today. So I'm going to say for every 1 inch, we have 2.54 centimeters, right? If we've solved that out, that would take us to centimeters, but we're not looking for centimeters, we're looking for meters. So if we do another one, we have for every 100 centimeters, we have 1 meter. And that will get us there if we cancel out our units. So 300 times 2.54 divided by 100, that solves out to be 300 times 2.54 is equal to 762 divided by 100 is 7.62. All right. Easy enough. Well, let's say that your brain's working a little different. This is just to show you that you don't have to think exactly this way to get from inches to meters. But say you have 300 inches, and, well, we know that there are 12 inches for every 1 foot, right? We also know that for every 3 feet, there are 1 yard. Solving that out, canceling out our units, that'll give us yards, right? And yards are pretty close to meters, but they are not quite. The conversion factor for yards to meters is for every 1 meter. Like I said, we're putting meter on top or yard on top. As we solve this out, we put whatever we want it to be, we put that on top, right? We have 1 meter. That is actually equal to 1.094 yards. And this will give us an answer just from a different way. So if you don't remember the 2.54 centimeters, then maybe you remember the 1.094 yards for every meter. So we solve this out as 300. Move that over. 300 divided by 12 and divided by 3 and then divided by 1.094. And that gives you 7.6, and then since it's 617, right? But since we are rounding to the nearest 3 significant figures, we know we have exactly 300 inches here, and we're going to round this to 7.62 meters, right? I just did this to show you it doesn't matter the way that you go; it just matters that you get there in the end. So we're going to do one more for you, one that you're commonly going to see is going from something like ATMs to torr or to bars, and they all have some funky numbers to them. One thing you'll most likely have to go through, I know that I've done this one over a million times, is going from ATMs to torr in particular. And so let's say that we have 30 ATMs, right? Which, if anybody knows what ATMs are, we know this is a very high pressure situation. So it's important to know that for every 1 ATM, we have 760 torr. And it's important to have these memorized. You're going to see them come up. It'll say, oh, this is how many of ATMs are in torrs, this is how many bars are in ATMs, or pascals in ATMs. It's important to memorize all of those. And try to recognize the ones that you see the most. I see torrs and ATMs a lot, and I also see ATMs to bars and ATMs to pascals the most. There is other ones out there, but those are usually the most seen. So this is simple enough, though. We know that 30. We'll just have to do 30. Let's see, 30 times 760. And that is equal to 22800 torr. I said this is a very high pressure situation. And since we know that we have exactly 30 ATM, if we had 30.0 or whatever, then we'd round But if we have exactly 30 ATMs, looking at our significant figures here, we have 3 significant figures here, and we have 2 here. So we're gonna solve this for that. We're gonna round up because we have an 8 here. We actually have 23,000 torr. Another way to write that would be 2.3 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, times 10 to the 4 torr. And that way we get our conversion factors right. But if you have any more questions or any other conversion factors you'd like me to go over, feel free to put that in the comment section. The most important thing is just recognizing how this was done. I was able to go from ATMs to torr because you align this in a way that the units are going to cancel. So, like I said, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you next time.